If you've been thinking about moving to the Sacramento area, you've definitely heard of a city called Elk Grove, which is about 15 minutes away from downtown Sacramento. Elk Grove, California has a school's location and is one of the fastest and developing cities in the Sacramento real estate market. Guys, this community not only gives you everything that Elk Grove has to offer, like the schools, the location, the house pricing, everything, but is also a community located on the water. That's right, you heard me correct. On the water. Now, you might be thinking that these homes on the water are a lot of money and very unattainable, but guess what? They're actually pretty affordable considering the median home price of Elk Grove, California. Stay till the end of the video and I will share with you my favorite park in all of Elk Grove, California. It's actually surrounded by water, and if you are a soccer fan, this park is a must. Let's get into this video and let's show you Laguna in Elk Grove, California, and show you why this is an area you might want to consider. Okay, so everybody knows Elk Grove is just blown up. We got like the Sacramento Zoo moving to Elk Grove, new train station, all the building, Costco, schools, everything. Everyone loves Elk Grove. Now, a lot of people are focused in the 757, but at the same time, even though we have land there, it's going to be built out. And it's going to be a very, very active and amazing community. I'm going to talk today about the 758, an area called Laguna, specifically Laguna West. It's one of those spots in Sacramento that I really didn't even know existed when I first moved here. When I first started doing real estate, I opened up a door in the 758 in Laguna West, and lo and behold, I saw myself water. It was a lake. And I was like blown away because I didn't really think you could see stuff like that here in the Sacramento area. So it's one of those areas that has been near and dear to my heart. I really, really like it. And if you're someone who's thinking about Elk Grove and you're just enamored with the 757, I would also say you might want to look at the 758. There aren't as many new communities in 758, but the things you're going to get away from in majority of the Laguna area are Mellore's and very low HOAs. I call them kind of protect the CC&R HOAs underneath $100. Not too shabby. Cute community. It's probably a slower pace than 757. It's not going to offer you as much land as 624 in the Elk Grove area, but the 758 for me is just absolutely amazing because of these man-made lakes. Now we're going to dive into Laguna West. We're going to bring in the maps. We're going to do all that kind of stuff. Talk school, location, appreciation, development, the future of Laguna West, and everything too. Now, I was originally going to do this video on Laguna as a whole, but the Laguna West area I think deserves its own video. And if you guys are looking for something like affordable, on the water kind of front community, really, really nice, cute, and a little slower paced than Sacramento, this is kind of the spot. Let's bring into the maps right now. Let's talk a little bit about it. Okay, so a lot of people love Elk Grove, and if you're from the Bay Area or somewhere else, a lot of people love Elk Grove because of it's like the southernmost kind of part of the Sacramento area to the Bay. So a lot of people like that because it knocks off maybe a good like 15, 20 minutes from your commute if you have to do like one day to the Bay Area. Elk Grove itself in general, no matter what zip code you buy into, is a really nice spot. It's pretty flat though, just all, transparency. 757's got probably the most hefty Mellore's, and all the new home builders over there too have Mellore's. Mellore's, another video, taxable bond, and it's part of the new home stuff as well too. But the Laguna area of Elk Grove, the 758, this area for me is just so amazing because if you go to the 757 and you see just basically all the building, you're not going to really have that imagination of what Elk Grove is going to be in the future, especially if you're a Taylor looking at Tim Lewis or whatnot. I always tell clients, go to Laguna and check out that area. It's what kind of like a community in Elk Grove looks like after it's already built out. Of course, not the man-made lakes, but like the community area, the vibe. It's very slow, very nice, very spread out, which I really like. Okay, so the Laguna area is right here. Okay, so how do you get to it? A little bit of it is on the 5, a little bit of it is on the 99. But it's really accessible, and it's about maybe like 15 minutes to downtown. Really, really cute. And like I said, a lot of the times people love the Laguna area and Elk Grove in general is because it's on the southernmost tip of Sacramento, which of course makes a commute a whole lot easier. And a lot of people who move into Elk Grove specifically have ties to the Bay Area. So this is definitely something that's really, really important to them. I would say in Elk Grove also, it has a little suburban feel to it, especially the 758. 757 is probably going to change with the adaptation of the Sky Casino, the zoo, the train station, everything too. But I think for the most part, like what you notice about Elk Grove in general is it's a spot where around 9 o'clock, unless you're at the Sky Casino, probably shuts down. And that's what a lot of people like. We even have people who are maybe at UC Davis Medical Center that love Elk Grove. A lot of them like the 757 just because of the newer style of homes, great room concept and everything too. But for me, the Laguna West area is just so amazing. Like, this is it right here. And honestly, just crazy. It's got these man-made lakes. It was so planned out nicely. Parks, greenery close to the freeway, yet you really don't feel the freeway. It's got stores. And the vibe there is so, so nice. I mean, people might laugh at this, but I'm going to tell you, it feels like a little kind of area in San Diego, right? You got the water everywhere. Really, really beautiful. Now, in Sacramento on a whole, we do have a lot of these man-made lakes. But a lot of these man-made lakes, in my opinion, just have algae, don't really look that nice, and they're just not really kept up. This lake, this whole area is really, really kept up. Primo, always really looking nice. If you're someone who likes going on bicycle rides, walks, parks, and you want those kind of activities, this is an area to kind of have that. Everything's walkable for you. And there also has a lot of shopping as well too. Little like mom and pop stores, good food, eateries, and everything too, which we'll dive into a little bit more. But this is so nicely planned out. And like I said, guys, there's a couple of surprises here in Laguna West that you probably didn't even expect. One of the biggest ones being just as far as like how close it is to Sacramento airport. That's it. So if you're someone who's thinking to yourself, well, I kind of want to be in Natomas because it's closer to the airport. No. You can still be in Elk Grove and you still got about a 26-minute drive to the airport, which we also love. Now, Apple. Yeah, not just an Apple store. We're talking corporate Apple office is in the 758 as well too. So that's kind of nice as well too. So if you're someone who's maybe watching this video and you live in like the Bay Area and you work for Apple and you're thinking, I want to buy a house, but these prices are driving me nuts. Guys, look at Laguna West. Apple is actually located in Elk Grove. A lot of people don't know it. And it's right here. So if you're someone who's maybe working at Apple and you're thinking to yourself, man, I've been thinking about maybe making a move somewhere else. Sacramento could have been a choice. I like Elk Grove. Now, look, this video is showing you that we actually have communities that are on the water. I'm not even joking. Boat dock, paddleboarding. I mean, it is just amazing out there. It does not feel like any other spot in the Sacramento area. And these lakes are very long, it's just really, really cool. And if you're lucky enough, because scarcity is a problem there for houses on the water, it's not really the price point, honestly, because comps don't really go, unless you have like a 3,000 plus square foot house. But if you're looking for like something like 21, 22, you can probably still get something for under like 750. And it's on the water. We're talking boat dock, paddle boards. There you go. Summertime, nice cool breeze coming in. I just love the Laguna West area. So Apple's there too. Now, as far as Kaiser, Elk Grove, you got a bunch of Kaisers in the area. We also, and guys, here's one of the things. A lot of people, when they make the move somewhere, they kind of want to make sure that they're close to a hospital. It's airports, hospitals, schools, which we'll dive into next. But we've got Kaiser, Sutter, Dignity, Mercy, UC Davis Medical Center. Everything's within about 20-minute drive. So you got medical galore in Elk Grove and in Sacramento. And also that goes to all you nurses and doctors and medical staff that is thinking about maybe jumping to another area. We got you covered here. Competition is a little fierce in these hospitals. But guys, one of the things that I love about Sacramento, especially if you're in the medical field, nurses and doctors have told me straight up, one is they pay amazing in these hospitals, and number two is they treat them really, really well. So those are things just to note. Okay, but Elk Grove's got hospitals as well too. Elk Grove's got Costco. It's got its shopping and everything too. Now, as far as for some of the stuff like you'll be looking at, like maybe restoration hardware and all that stuff too, you'll probably be going to like somewhere like the Arden Mall, which is about maybe 15, 20 minutes away, or you'd be going to Roseville, which is a little bit more, like 30. So that's kind of what it's looking like. Now, as far as the schools, everyone loves Elk Grove Unified School District. Also, Elk Grove Unified School District is one of the highest employers in all of the Sacramento area as well, too. We're not just talking teachers. We're talking like infrastructure staff. We're talking all that kind of stuff, too. So if you're someone who's thinking about a job, guys, look on their website. They always have jobs, and they are good paying jobs. I've seen jobs at the Elk Grove Unified School District that pay more than at least $12,000 every single month. So it's just a job thing for you if you want it. All right, Elk Grove. Now, here are some of the reasons why people like Elk Grove. And the Laguna area, Laguna West, these are the schools that you have access to. Franklin High School. Now, gradeschools.org, Niche. These are two of the websites that people go to for ratings on schools. So this is kind of it. In Laguna, you'll be looking at Franklin High School, Toby Johnson Middle School, and Joseph Sims Elementary. Now, all these schools are within about maybe 12-minute drive wherever you have to go. So you don't have to really go that far. And if you do, The freeways are about maybe 4 minutes away. So everything's really, really accessible. Now, again, one of the main reasons why I tell people to kind of look in the Laguna area or Laguna West area is for the most part because there's a lot of people who are saying, you know what? I don't want to pay $350 to $450 every single month for a brand new home that has Mello-Roos. Now, we're talking Mello-Roos, that's an additional cost that goes on these new homes. Now, Mello-Roos doesn't go away. So if you buy, like, let's say in the 757, a house that's maybe 5 or 10 years old, you'll probably still have Mello-Roos on top of that as well too. So this is something that's going to last, 22, 24 years. I always say don't count on it going away. So in the 757, the 758, the Laguna West area, you don't really have Mello-Roos. HOAs are light, the houses are nice, and you got that big, huge water feature of a lake that's just awesome. I mean, the park's there right on the water. You can walk. It's just a really cool spot for a lot of people that might have thought Elk Grove was flat, dry, and just a bunch of cookie cutter homes. This area is definitely a standout community, an area in Sacramento that you guys got to check out. It's really, really cool. All right, so you got Joseph Sims Elementary, cute school right here, as you can tell from the photos, well taken care of. See those lakes right there? It's right there, not even that far away. Number 2 is Toby Johnson Middle School. Cute little middle school as well. Are we going to see some lakes here? No, we're not going to see any lakes, but I see some water in the... Everything's close by, guys. And like I said, if you are looking for something and Elk Grove is that spot for schools, I would suggest looking not only at the 757, even though your brother, sister, uncles told you that's where you should be buying. I would also include certain kind of spots of the 758 as well too, because they're awesome. You know, you can afford more probably because you're not paying the crazy Mello-Roos. HOAs are very light, and it's just a nice, cute community. And these are the communities that I kind of want to feature a little bit more on this channel because a lot of people from me will call up and say, hey, Mark, I know you do a lot of business in Elk Grove. We want the 757. And for me, I want them to know as well, too, hopefully they're watching this video, that there are communities that are awesome in the 758 that don't really feel like your traditional Elk Grove. This doesn't. Honestly, SoCal, little San Diego mixed in there. I really, really like it. All right, then you got Franklin High School. And like I said, guys, everyone loves Franklin. Go to greatschools.org, go to Niche, or go to actually check out some reviews on it. Everyone likes it as well, too. So these are the schools in the area. And like I said, here's Laguna West right here. Boom. There's a K through 6 right there, but all the schools are relatively close by. So don't feel like you got to drive crazy. You got to get on the freeway or anything like this. Everything is super close by. Now, one more thing to note too is the Laguna West area is where I'm focusing on is here, right? But there are other communities too that are in Laguna that also have lakes that I probably will feature in other videos. But, you know, this area of Laguna, they just went lake crazy. And I love it. I think that that's something that's missing. I think a lot of people don't realize this about the Sacramento area, that we have these man-made lake communities. And also the newer ones coming out, like the North Lake over North. They have a gate, then a sidewalk, and then the water, right? I mean, that's not, for me, that's not lakefront living. That's like people are walking by in the trails and saying hi to you in your backyard. You're hanging out in your pool. I'm not a big fan of that. I like the idea that outside your front, you know, in your backyard, you got your fire pit, you got your hot tub, maybe your pool. You walk down to the boat dock where you got your paddleboard and you can cruise around. That for me is kind of more like lakeside living as opposed to some of these other newer communities that don't let you live right on the water, which is so cool. Okay. Also, let's talk about it a little bit. And this is the 758 in general. As you're going to notice right now, that's the median home price. It's just under $600,000. And if you're someone who's been looking at Elk Grove, especially the 757, and this is specifically the 758, you're going to notice the median home price in Elk Grove is probably somewhere around $750. So it's more expensive than the 757. 624 is about this as well too. But guys, I'm telling you, if you're looking for Elk Grove, you still want those schools, you still don't want the location. They're doing so much building in the 757. There's some in the 758, but a majority of the 757 is where the building is happening, that I do think that there is a chance in the future, maybe 2030, 35, where the 757 is like this. I think the same thing for Folsom. So I like the idea of having the nice little lake house close to the 757, close to downtown Sacramento, and still keeping that suburban vibe. So that's why I kind of did this video for you guys, to show you a little about the 758, because it is a cute Laguna West community that you need to check out. Now, don't go out during the rain. Go out there during a nice day and go to the park out there, walk around the lakes, and you're going to see exactly what so many of our clients have seen when we take them over there. A lot of people who are looking at the 757 are a little discouraged because of prices, because of Mello-Roos. So we take them to the Laguna West area. We say, let's grab a little lunch. Let's walk along the water. And after that, they're like, we did not even know something like this existed. And that's why we're doing these like niche areas in Sacramento, because I didn't when I first moved in here. I had no idea there were man-made lakes in these man-made lake communities. I mean, for me, coming from the Bay Area, I was thinking, man-made lakes, that's got to look horrible, right? No. You're looking at these things going to yourself, they've got to be man-made, right? They're man-made, right? They look that good. I kid you not. So don't trust me. Don't trust this video, but go out there and take a look at it for yourself. It is really, really cool. Oh, guys, by the way, if you're enjoying this video, smash that like button. Let's get into more stuff. Okay, so as far as Laguna, there's a lot of little like strip malls, I call them. They're not strip mall-y like, you know, they look a little sketchy. These are kind of just little like kind of beachy malls, I guess you can call it. Like just like maybe 5 or 6 stores, some local eateries and everything too. And they're just scattered around Laguna. So there's not really a big, huge mall. You'll find like you'll find like BJ's, you'll find there like Home Depots and everything too scattered around, but nothing's too far away, right? And if you go directly in Laguna as well too, right here, you got some nice eateries, self-storage, you got all this kind of stuff right there. So if you can tell right here, the main drag here, Laguna Boulevard, is where you're going to see a lot of stores and a lot of eateries and everything too. So like I said, it's a cute suburban vibe, a little sleepy, which I like. Walkable, which is something that is rare in Sacramento because we are car and truck drivers here. It's a walkable, ride your beach cruiser community, cute park, cute community vibe. Really, I mean, honestly, like it's awesome. And you haven't, seriously, if you are an Elk Grove lover and you don't know Laguna West, it will blow your mind if you go to this community as to the possibilities of Elk Grove. This does not even feel at all like the 757 or the 624. Really cool, and one of my favorite areas in Elk Grove. Let's see what else we got here. Okay, so I told you at the end of the video, but I am just super excited. This park right here, Bartholomew Park. Guys, this is the coolest park, in my opinion, in the Sacramento area. Maybe Castle Rock Park and Full. But okay, this one for me, there is a soccer field right here. So imagine you being a kid and you're playing soccer, and on one side you use the water, the other side you use the water. Now this is the coolest park, in my opinion, in the Sacramento area. You can hang out there, you can go for walks, picnics. But the soccer thing for me is awesome because, you know, Sacramento is one of those areas where there's not a lot of water, right? We got Folsom Lake, we got American River, you know, we got like the Sacramento River, but there's not just water like everywhere, right? You got to kind of hunt for the areas. This is an area where you can go with your family, you can go with your friends, you can go for a walk, you can do some jogging. But this park is epic. And like I said, really well maintained, well lit. Security is nice over there too. And if you are a person who lives in Laguna West, you'll know what I mean. It is probably the coolest thing in the world when you go watch your kid play a soccer game at Bartholomew Park. So for me, that's kind of one of the things. Now let's jump into a little bit about house pricing, house styles, and we'll also talk to you firsthand and we'll show you the maps on exactly where everything is. All right, so first let's hit as far as like availability. Like one of the things about the Laguna West area, and this is pretty much it right here, is the fact that there is little to no inventory on the water. But that doesn't mean you can't be close by. That doesn't mean you have access. You don't have access to a lot of stuff. Here's the stuff right here. Here's one house. We'll see, take a look at this one right here. Cute houses, you know, super cute, right? We're talking a lot of the houses here are like, you know, late 80s, 90s, and early 2000s. So this is kind of what we're looking at. Cute little houses, like I said, boom. Staircase. This kind of does definitely still give you the kind of Elk Grove vibe to it, but they're super cute houses. Let's see if this one is, and I believe this one's on the water. Look at that right there. Right there, guys, on the water. I mean, tell me this doesn't look cool, please. And do me a favor, if you're watching this video and you're checking out Laguna West from these photos alone, smash that like button. I mean, this is something that people do not expect to see in Elk Grove and even in Sacramento. So you got this. This is where you live. This is your backyard right there. Boom. Yeah, that's it. Look at this. Boom. And this gate, a lot of the houses don't even have gates. They have the direct boat docks, and you'll see them right in here where they have the boats. So cool. So guys, this is kind of what Laguna West and the houses look like. This one is for $789. We're talking like a three-car garage, over 2,000 square feet, and you have you live on the water. I mean, how cool is that? So this is like what I'm talking about. This is kind of how it lays out. There are some houses on the water, but the inventory is very, very scarce. And like I said, if you're someone who's looking for something on the water, if you're something that loves that water energy, this is a community you definitely need to take a look at because it's so awesome. Let's see some of the other stuff that's here. And this is all the stuff, like I said, I'm using the Sacramento real estate app, which is better than Zillow. It lets you isolate areas like Laguna West so you can see some stuff. So check this out. All these are cute little houses. Some of them are bigger, 5-bedroom house, 3,500 square feet. But as far as price point goes, $599, $639, $750, $640, still very doable. You got the schools, you got Elk Grove. I mean, really, honestly, what more could you really ask for if you're moving to Elk Grove and you want everything and you want water? This is a great community. Okay, so let's jump into Google Earth and see a little bit of this stuff firsthand. All right, first of all, I just love Google Earth. I think Google Earth is the best. Okay, so like I said, Laguna went a little crazy with this whole water communities, and this is another one over here too, which we like. But we're gonna hone in on this in this area right here. Look at that. Look how cool that is. This is the park, like I mentioned, soccer fields and everything. There's a soccer net right there. Super cool. Look at that. There's a school right there. Guys, how cool is that? Kids are going to school, and right here you're playing soccer. You got more parks over here, walkable, joggable, really, really fun. And then you got some of these houses right on the water. Like I mentioned, boat docks. Is that a boat? Yeah, that's a boat. Not too shabby. Like I said, guys, look at that. How cool is that? You got your pool. You got you're right there. Cul-de-sac living as well too. This area for me, man, and honestly, the water is kept in such good shape as well too, which is something that I think, something really, look at this. As you drive in, boom, right through the water. There's some more boat docks. This community to me is so underrated. And I think I've seen one good friend of mine who actually moved in the area from Hawaii. His name's Andy. He was telling me, if you see anything on the water, come in at around $700,000 or below, let me know, because this is kind of what I want to jump into. And I mean, I haven't seen it yet, and it's been a year. But at the same time, if you guys see some of these houses on the water, they do go fast, don't get me wrong, but it's not really a matter of they're over $1 million or 1.5 or like Grant Bay, like Folsom, El Dorado Hills. They're actually based of what you're seeing as far as on our market currently. They are, for what you get, a great bang for your buck. And you also have water close by. I'm a big water feature guy. I'm a big water element, water energy. And this gives you enough of it. And honestly, the coolest park in all of the Sacramento area. All right, guys, hopefully you enjoyed this video on the community of Laguna in Elk Grove, California. I have another video for you right over there. It's actually a playlist of a lot of the communities in the Sacramento area that you should learn about. Now, also, guys, if you enjoyed this video, like, comment, and subscribe. Until the next video, guys, this is Mark. Have a good one.